Good evening, everyone. Joe the Swell streamer on Twitch from the northeast of England, and we are continuing our playthrough of the Mass Effect Trilogy. We are currently on Mass Effect 2. This is a playthrough as a full Paragon male soldier, and I apologise for being what is now over 2 hours late to what I was originally scheduled to start, which was 7 o'clock UK time. It's now 20 past 9 local time here in the UK. But, yeah, I've run into some serious technical faults in trying to repair the audio echo we were getting on the last few Mass Effect 2 streams. And in trying to fix that, I end up getting further and further down a broken rabbit hole.
Yeah, OBS has been what I think is best referred to as broken.
Yes. Joining me this evening is a good friend of mine, Mouse AT. Who's been putting up with my ranting and raving as I've been trying to figure out what the hell's been going wrong with OBS, NDI, audio settings, firewall settings, the whole shebang. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even run streaming myself. I've got a vague idea of how some of the tech works, and as a fellow sysadmin, we've both kind of been buried in Google a little bit this evening, scratching our heads trying to work out what's going on. And after about 2 hours of trying to fix it, it's now working, but it still makes no sense.
No. Because it is the...
How may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now.
Yeah.
Anything else?
There is no echo, the audio is fine.
That'll be all.
It's streaming perfectly fine, but dear
Commander,
me.
You've received a new message at your private
I've effectively had to just rebuild everything from scratch. Aside from OBS is already on the latest version, but I've reinstalled the NDI files that hook into OBS. I've installed some programs that apparently do NDI testing, and the strange thing is that the testing run was broadcasting. It was like, yep, I can see something on your network, it's broadcasting here fine. You know, audio's there, albeit it was still echoing. I ended up changing audio settings on the main rig, and then that stopped the echoing, and then I went back to try and figure out why I wasn't getting an NDI picture, and then found out that the firewall was getting in the way. We've corrected that. Then I was getting picture but no audio all of a sudden, so then I've had to change the audio settings on the main rig again, and I put it back to the settings it was on before, even though that was giving me an echo, and now it's decided no echo.
I think we'd be working for the bad guys.
Yeah, so I don't think we've effectively found what the cause of the problem was. We've just been fortunate that in effectively reinstalling everything to the with that except for OBS, it's now decided it's going to play ball. And people wonder why us techies get stressed.
Seems like the streaming setup maybe just decided it was tired of us poking it with a sharp stick repeatedly and decided, I've had enough, I'm playing.
Okay. Right, so, I'll stream as much as I can this evening, but we've obviously lost a hell of a lot of time, so this might only be a couple of hours at most, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. So I'm just going to remind myself as to what I'm up to. Right, okay, so I'm at the point where I'm starting to get loyalty missions unlocked, and I've still got other people to acquire. And you know what I've also forgotten to do? I need to fire up Gib Save Editor for Mass Effect 2 and correct the bug involving Conrad Werner, because I still haven't corrected that yet. So I need to make sure I don't go to Ilum. Ilium, I should say. Ilum's the bloody frost planet on Old Republic. It's a Bioware game, it's close enough, but... Right, so I reckon we can probably get Jack's done fairly easily, and then maybe Kasumi's. Yeah, okay, we'll do Jack's first. of stress. Right. Okay, I'm in this sector, so I need to go back to over here. I'll go back to the fuel depot and actually restock on fuel and probes. I'm doing quite well for credits again. I'm getting a nice stash back. I've been spending a lot on obviously the upgrades that have been obviously coming in and whatnot. So I've been burning through the cash there a fair bit, but I've getting a fair amount back from doing some of the missions. That's the recruit. Help Saeed. Help Kasumi. Tuchanka. Ah, there it is. Help Jack. And there's Paragon there. Right, and I was still scanning, but only scanning for platinum. Because I think I'm oversubscribed on like everything else. In the case of everything else is over 130,000.
Yeah, if I remember right, that's enough for pretty much everything in the game.
Yeah. Whereas platinum, I've been burning through that like there's no tomorrow. But then again, that's because most of the gun upgrades require platinum. So. Yes, so Mouse here had never played any of the Mass Effect Trilogy before, some couple of years ago now I think it was, until me and Strike kind of pestered him to play it.
It's been a fair few years now, I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember quite what I was doing. I know me and Chris H. Well, I know I ended up getting Chris H into it around 2016ish, and I must have played it kind of in the year or two prior to that.
Yeah.
So I was quite late coming on board. Each game is flawed in its own way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the first is a little unpolished. The second, I think, suffers a bit from the planet scanning, and the third, I found, hasn't held up quite as well over repeated playthroughs, and obviously suffers from the ending a bit. But the game itself and its characters are so compelling that it's. I can always forgive it its faults.
Yeah.
Because its strengths are so much more. I mean, in terms of in-game storytelling and characters and having you be attached to all of them, I don't know anything else that has come close before or since. I mean, if you look at the picture of the entire group, with during the third game, Citadel DLC, where you kind of get the big group photo of everybody involved.
Yeah.
You kind of look at all the characters there, and you really tend to appreciate, even the characters that initially come across as annoying.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people when they first play Mass Effect 3 and James shows up. There's a lot of people who are like, "Who on earth is this cretin?" And then he grows on you. As do most of the characters, and even the flawed characters have understandable flaws.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be said for that. And there's so many ways to play as well. Not just in terms of Paragon versus Renegade versus personal style, but also in terms of combat.
Yeah.
It took me a little while to adjust to, I suppose, Mass Effect 2 the first time around.
Yeah.
Because for anybody who doesn't know me, which is probably most people who are tuned in on the stream, I was very much kind of a fast-paced run and gun sort of player. You know, I used to play a lot of Quake 3, Unreal Tournament, Classic Doom, you know, games where you keep moving and you shoot at stuff.
Yeah.
So I originally played the first Mass Effect as a very tanky soldier class, could run around and blast things relatively in the open a lot of the time, and then soldier in Mass Effect 2 you really can't do that and you have to rely on the stay in cover, take pot shots. And it took me a while to adjust to that. But funnily enough, I'm not the sort of guy really who's a big fan of shotguns and really close quarter fighting either, so the whole idea of your traditional Vanguard was never really my sort of idea, but I actually ended up with a Vanguard build the last time I played Mass Effect 2 that was probably the most entertaining build I think I've ever had in the game, which was a Vanguard that fights at mid-range.
Yeah.
Never uses a shotgun, rarely if ever uses charge.
Right, yeah.
It was all about the shotgun. Sorry, it was not about the shotgun. It was all about the Locust SMG with fire ammo.
Yep.
Which is great against anything that's not armoured. If it's shielded, if it's got biotic barriers, not anymore, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Stay in cover and shockwave like crazy.
Yep.
And for those occasions where there's something that's armoured and it's really annoying, early game, rely on companions. Later in the game, rave.
Yeah, Reaver's quality.
Yeah, it's utterly hilarious. Unfortunately, the game balance kind of got shifted around a bit for Mass Effect 3. You can't reproduce the build quite the same.
No.
I did end up playing basically that build with Mass Effect 3's variant of Shockwave and Carnage to kind of get a similar sort of effect, but it just wasn't the same.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So we have to play with Jack on this. I'm trying to think who's going to complement. I think I might just take Grunt actually, because if nothing else, there's other Krogan, and he can charge in and yeah, Krogan smash with the rest of them. Yeah. Holding off on points on people until I've actually got all their powers unlocked through loyalty, and then I'm going to go from there as well. So I'm holding off, but at the moment I'm trying to level up and max out armor piercing ammo, and then that's maxed out. To wit, I will then be maxing out disruptor ammo for shielded and synthetic enemies. And then remaining points are going to probably go into incendiary ammo just as a fallback for enemies that are regenerating health. But frankly, in combination of hardened adrenaline rush and armor piercing ammo with my current assault rifle, which is the Mattock, Krogan just melt. So their regenerating health is like a moot point because, yeah, as you will no doubt see in this.
Forgot how much I hate this place. See the landing pad? Has to be on the roof, or the vegetation would overgrow it in a few hours.
Shepard, I am picking up thermal signatures everywhere, except at your landing zone.
Something's distorting the sensors.
Yeah, they build their equipment to last. Assholes. It was a mistake coming back here, Shepard.
Get a hold of yourself. It'll be okay.
I'm fine. Okay, let's get on the ground.
I will say actually, Mouse, is that what's actually really interesting with this playthrough of the trilogy and the one I did back in 2017 for the 10th anniversary, which was my Vanguard playthrough as well. That was the first time I did the trilogy with mods installed from Nexus. And the mods that I installed were mostly built around trying to make at least 1 and 2 match up to the play style of 3, as in infinite run, mobility, that sort of thing.
Let's just get in there.
Ah, interesting.
So I've got infinite sprint on Mass Effect 2 with the Gameplay Tweaks mod, but it doesn't have the kind of side-by-side maneuverability of 3 still. You're kind of shuttle running in a dead line and you barely are able to go left and right, but it does help that you can like constantly run.
I think they brought in these containers. They were messed up and starving, but alive.
It was also like ME2 tweaks as well for the first game, because, you know, ME2. That styrofoam mess of a vehicle.
Yeah, I've been watching too much of Nash playing. I'm forever going to hear "stupid car" every time I see that now.
Yeah.
The elusive man requested operation logs again. He's getting suspicious.
When we get results, he won't care what we did. But if he knew...
He won't find out. The elusive man requested...
They were sneaking around behind the elusive man's back.
He didn't say what they were hiding from the elusive man.
I think the big things is mostly been the texture mods, especially for Mass Effect 1.
Only a half-dead guard.
I've been watching other people's streams as well of Mass Effect 1 when I was doing my stream, in between like uploads and this, that and the other, and it was amazing like how low textured the game was originally on PC, especially when you get situations like the low texture bug on Garrus's face when you're on the ship. I mean, that bug has been there since the Xbox 360 version, and I actually completely forgot that was a thing when I watched someone's stream, because I'm not used to using this texture mod now, which obviously repairs all of that. Ah, fucked up.
Yeah, I might have to have another look at texture mods for the first. I did try one at one point that certainly made an improvement, but ended up tanking my frame rate for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure why, because it's not as if it was that big a difference, and I've got a machine with plenty of grunt to it, but...
Yeah.
I'll have to have a look at some point.
Yeah, I think ME2 is what I've got the link. If you go on YouTube anywhere, the links are in for the mods for all the games that I use. All the mods I use on all 3 games anyway. So
This looks like an arena.
That's right.
oh yeah, actually there's the thing. If you notice on the Defiant chat there on Facebook, I've got a mod on Nexus now myself actually for Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh.
I say a mod, it's not really like, it hadn't required any extensive work. It's basically just an armor swap,
Hell if I know.
using the
Maybe that's how
Frosty
they got their
editor.
kicks. I never understood anything that happened here.
Because I really like Alec Ryder's N7 armor look in Andromeda that was introduced. Because the N7 armor, the classic N7 armor that Shepard wore, is an armor set that's in Andromeda, but it's got the biotic bonus powers to it only. Plus, obviously, it's Shepard's N7 armor. Frankly, it's not anyone else's but Shepard's.
Did they do this?
But Alec Ryder had an N7 look in Andromeda, which I thought was really unique and pretty cool looking. And it's replicated with the Pathfinder set
I got shocked
in the
when I
game,
hesitated.
albeit only
Narcotics flooded
like
my
the first
veins
2
when I
ranks
attacked.
have that look, and then when you go for the higher ranks, then it looks something completely different. But the other problem about using Pathfinder on my Infiltrator playthrough was the bonus stats on that one was just general accuracy for weapons. And that really only works if you're going for, like, say, a pure soldier build. So I really wanted that armor lock, but on my Infiltrator. So there is ways and means of doing
They actually rewarded you for
like
attacking?
armor look swaps with the Frosty editor.
Feelings during a fight.
What the hell was wrong with those people?
So what I've done is I've made a mod which changes the look of the Maverick Outlaw set, which is the one for Infiltrator, because it's weak point damage boost and spare ammo for sniper rifles. And I've just taken the look of Pathfinder ranks 1 and 2 and applied it to all 10 ranks of the Maverick set.
Ah, nice.
So if you make an Outlaw anything ranks 1 to 10, instead of the original Outlaw look, which is kind of just this makeshift cloth thing, it's now the Pathfinder one that I've done. I think if you look on the Discord chat there, I think it's there, so you should be able to click on that, and there's a few screenshots I've taken. So yeah, technically I've made a mod for Mass Effect, but
Nice.
Did other children
it's
die
not
in these
exactly
fights?
I was
like
a kid filled with drugs.
any.
I got shocked
It's not
when I
like it
hesitated.
required any massive technical
Flooded my veins when I attacked.
Let's keep moving.
any technical knowledge, or modeling or anything like that, or programming. It was just, hey, open this menu and change the file that you point to from this to this.
Security officers
Still,
in
that's a
Dalton
good
facility.
way of kind
The
of pulling
subjects are
off
out of their cells. They're tearing the place up.
the look that you're
Subject
after.
0 is going
Yeah.
to get loose. I need permission to terminate. I repeat, permission to terminate. All subjects besides 0 are expendable. Keep Jack alive.
Yeah, just checking it out now.
Understood. I'll begin the...
Pretty cool.
That's not right. I broke out when my guards disappeared. I started that.
Just
riot.
found it by jumping onto
Things might have
Nexus
happened
mods,
if you didn't see.
selecting author, and
The other
doing the
kids
search
attacked
for
me,
Jodie's Welsh.
The guards attacked me. The automated systems attacked me. That doesn't leave
Well,
lots
I'm
of
on
room
the
for
main page
interpretation.
for Mass Effect Andromeda mods, just simply because it's the latest mod that's being made for Mass Effect Andromeda as well. So
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm technically on the front page of Nexus, but by virtue of I'm the last
This
person at the
is
moment
the
who have actually done anything on it.
Who the fuck shot that Baron? It's a fresh kill.
Okay, I'm going to concentrate on what I'm actually selecting here for this bypass.
Don't distract the hacker, don't distract the hacker.
Oh, Ezo, like I needed any of that. Never mind. Oh, hello. Okay, so there's a Krogan.
Hold up there, fellas! Stop shooting at me! I just want to trade some Ezo for some platinum.
Put them down.
So that Krogan went down from one round of the Matop and me running Adrenaline Rush.
Why'd they need a morgue? This was a small facility.
The other children must have died in great numbers. Even then, they were a part of the experiment.
Bullshit. I had the worst of it, and I made it out alive.
Ah, more money. Yeah. So you mentioned you had Soldier and Vanguard on a couple of playthroughs. Are those the only two that you've done?
Yeah, they're the only two characters I've run. Or did I run anything else? I think I've done 3 playthroughs.
Yeah.
But I might have used a soldier on a couple of them. I honestly can't remember.
Right.
The Vanguard was definitely my most recent run all the way through. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm a dangerous bitch, but then I'm a little girl again. It's complicated. Let's just go plant.
Yeah, that 2017 run was my first time running a Vanguard in single player, because I've done Vanguard like plenty of times as
They've seen it.
multiplayer variants. But I mean, that's a different kettle of fish multiplayer. Particularly since my favourite Vanguard on multiplayer was Mass Effect 3 using a Krogan Vanguard. It's like, yeah, I'm a Krogan that's going to use Violent Charge, and oh yeah, I'm a Krogan, so that means headbutt afterwards. Never mind shotgun, I'm just going to headbutt you. And that's still actually the case on Andromeda's multiplayer.
Kept kids here?
Albeit probably the one that gets the most player time on Mass Effect 3's multiplayer is the Krogan Sentinel, because Krogan Hammer. But yeah, I did do the Vanguard eventually on single player, and yes, made liberal use in Mass Effect 3 of Biotic Charge and Nova.
It's a two-way mirror.
I say that wasn't something I was using much, just because I'd found an unconventional way of making the class work for me.
Yeah.
It basically boils down to the fact that Shockwave is pretty much Vanguard only, I think, more or less.
Yeah.
There might be one other method of getting it or something, but I honestly can't remember.
Here when I broke out, but I don't remember it. This is a bad place.
Yeah, Soldier was always my first one on the original Xbox 360 playthrough, and then obviously remade to be on PC. This is actually the character, albeit this one's been remade because it's got a different face. I ended up remaking the face on it.
54 Telton facility. The latest iteration of Pergnum went poorly. Subjects 1, 4, and 6 died. No biotic change among them.
But yeah, I think the way you can make Soldier quite tanky on 2 here is definitely built around that adrenaline rush power. If you get it on quick recharge, and I've got it on the heavy one, which gives me massive damage resistance as well. So you can kind of like charge an enemy and get massive damage resistance as time slows down, and just shoot the crap out of them and not take as much damage.
You can't help
That sounds like an interesting approach.
Yeah, it's pretty silly what I'm doing with that on stronger enemy times.
That's who I am.
You move on, harder and tougher.
Okay, don't screw this one up, because this one's, I think, it's actually got a biotic tech upgrade. Yes, we'll go straight away.
I'll take it.
Yep, biotic damage.
It's all fallen to pieces. The subjects are rampaging and Zero is loose. We're shutting Telton down. What a disaster. We'll infiltrate and piggyback onto the Alliance's Ascension program. Hopefully, that will give... What? Zero, wait!
Shepard, they started up somewhere else.
Ascension is an Alliance program. It's a school for biotic kids. They don't torture children there.
A lot of this isn't the way I remember it.
There was a lot going on.
I was dumb. I keep my eyes open now, and I always shoot first. We're getting close to my cell, the place I came from. Let's keep going.
Yeah, moving.
inevitable Cerberus message that basically says, we did something stupid and now something killed all our guys.
No sweat.
Right.
Gotcha.
Oh, how do I get them to follow me again? I think I've changed the key bindings. That's it. C. That's the one.
On it.
Right, just give me back my assault rifle as well.
Hey, Aresh. It's Kieran. Yeah, the intruders are here. You want them dead? We have to talk credits. You promised us lots of salvage, but this place is a waste. Fine, put him down. Then I'm coming in there and we're gonna talk salvage.
What are you doing here?
First we're gonna kill you, then we'll see. Kill them on my order. I want
Have fun, Grunt.
Yeah, I can basically imagine the battle briefing for some major fight with Shepard coming up with intricate plans for everybody, you know. Garrus set up sniper position up here, you're covering. Kasumi, stealth, you get behind them. Headbutt.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but oh yeah, he's another Krogan. So adrenaline rush recharged already. Second Krogan, one clip on that Matic, and he's down. And that's when he's fully armored as well.
Yeah, that was pretty much tearing through.
Only room left is my old cell. Whoever Aresh is, he's in there.
Basically a couple of clips there for a target that was barriers and armoured.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that, if I remember, the Matok was considered, like, stupidly powerful anyway. I think it basically got an upgrade as the Cerberus Harrier in Mass Effect 3. It's a similar design, and it's also burst assault rifle as compared to semi or full assault.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was a semi-automatic, wasn't it? So
yeah.
1 round per click.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that now. I seem to remember quite liking that.
Yes. Although I'm still going to unlock the Revenant in the collective ship mission. That's like the halfway point of the game. Because that, on an adrenaline rush, apparently is just stupid.
Come out. We know you're here.
Who are you?
My name is Aresh, and you're breaking into my home. I know you, Subject Zero. So many years have passed, and I thought I was the only survivor.
My name is Jack. How the hell do you know me?
We all knew your face, Jack. They inflicted horrors on us so their experiments wouldn't kill you. You were the question, and I'm still looking for the answer.
Looks like you're not the only one pulled back here, Jack.
I tried to forget this, but a place like this, it doesn't forget you. It follows you. I hired these mercs and came back almost a solar year ago. We're rebuilding it piece by piece. I'm gonna find out what they knew, How to unlock true biotic potential in humans. I'm restarting the Telton facility. It will be beautiful.
I wanted a hole in the ground. He's trying to justify what happened by using it?
You do the same thing to new kids? Wasn't this forced on you?
Some were bought from poor families on Earth or kidnapped from colonies. Most ended up here the way I did. Batarian pirates. They did such horrible things to us. They must have had good reasons.
There's no reason good enough. Are you nuts? You lived it.
This place was like a prison. How did you get out?
We all attacked at once as they were taking us to the lab. They would have put us down. But then Jack got loose. When I came to, it was over. The guards, the scientists, and the kids were all dead. And you were gone.
I stopped it. All of it. Maybe the others did have it bad, but what you're doing is just messed.
Everything we went through must have been worth something!
We can blow up the place, but that still leaves him. What do we do with another you?
That's easy.
Just leave me here. This is where I belong.
Fuck that.
Jack, he's trapped in his past. You need to move on from yours.
He wants to restart this place. He needs to die.
He's crazy, and he's never gonna restart this facility. You have to let it go. Your past doesn't have to control you.
Fuck! Get out of here. Go! He's not worth chasing. None of it is.
You did the right thing, Jack.
Maybe. This room was my whole childhood. Give me a minute to look around.
Go ahead.
Nothing's changed, but it's all different.
Oh, huge Paragon boost. 19 points there.
I thought that room out there was the rest of the world. I'd pound and yell. Never did any good.
It's the main reason I've been holding off doing Zaid's loyalty mission. Because I know his speech check requires a very high Paragon score.
Sometimes I
if you're going to go down the Paragon route.
Tortured. I used to tie the sheets around my
I was under the
wrists and try to
impression
rip
that
them
it
off.
got more difficult the
wanna
further
stop
you go
going
into
back
the
here.
game. Might be wrong on that one, but
I used this
going
table
in with
for
it maxed
everything.
is probably
It was like
going
my
to
best friend. I'd crawl under it to cry. I was
going to help.
Well, I mean, when I've imported this from Mass Effect 1, it gives you an initial boost if you were full on Mass Effect 1, which I was, but
Yeah.
it doesn't fill it out to max. I've still had to earn my
See the
Paragon
scar
bar
on the
getting
wall here?
up to
Where I
full
killed my
nearly.
first man. One of the guards tried to stop me. Instead, I stopped him. Okay, no more wallowing. Let's blow this place to hell.
I'll have to wait until this cutscene's finished to bring up the menu. I think actually the soldier perk, which or the class perk, the class skill on Mass Effect 2, regardless of what class you pick, gives a boost to Paragon and Renegade score anyway. If I remember rightly.
Yeah, for your main. Yeah, like your class. It's like a class passive, isn't it? If I remember rightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can do. I can't remember whether it's. I can't remember whether you get a choice of a small boost or a big one or
Yeah, so
whatever. There's.
So I've already upgraded it to Shock Trooper as the last one. But each one of these, yeah, so like Paragon Renegade plus 20%, plus 40, 70, and then when I got a Shock Trooper, it gave me 100% boost, so that helped push what I already had past the halfway mark on the bar, and then the rest of it I've kind of earned just by doing other things, so I'm in the last section now, so that should be more than enough to cover the speech check on Zaid's loyalty mission. I think the only thing I have to be aware of is I needed to be max in order to diffuse when people start having arguments with each other.
Yes.
So I have to be mindful of that still. Okay, well I leveled up there as well. I've got some points, but not enough to max out armor piercing ammo, so the next level should give me enough there. And I can max that one out and then go from there. That's fine. Right.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Hey, Commander. Glad we figured out Jack is crazy, because I was really up in the air, just hanging there.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last. Grunt is not a stabilizing element, Commander. I'm not saying anything about Jack. I'm not stupid. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
I assume everything is going well up here?
Good for now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but I think I made my point.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Yeah, I don't think Joker's got any new sort of interactions between him and Needy until after the one where the collectors take over the ship. Spoiler alert.
How may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Grunt seems very anxious, pacing down in the cargo hold. You might want to check in on him. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
It's always nice chatting with you.
Right, that's someone from Jacob's loyalty mission. That was sorted, because I did that last night. Right, nothing there. Backlit damage though. So what I mean about it's only costing 1,500 element 0 to get this upgrade, and I have 130,000. Oh dear. Oh, and 5,000 now being spent on biotic cooldown because I got that as well. So pretty good. Go on.
Grunt seems very agitated. You may want to check in on him.
Don't worry, I'm heading there.
Did you hear that we are sharing our deck with a Krogan?
Well, ain't that peachy?
I needed to wipe that place off the map. You took me there to do it, and I owe you. You don't know what it's like, Shepard, to have garbage like that following you. It marks you in ways you don't expect.
I've made a lot of hard choices, Jack. Like what to let go.
Hard to walk away from it. You'd think it would get easier now that the place is a crater. But what else do I know?
I never thought I'd see you show mercy. But you let Aresh live.
He was trapped in the past, reliving it every day. You showed how that could be me. I'm not getting stuck like that. I'm better than him, and I'm sure as hell not carrying that crater around with me.
Do you think you're different now?
I know that place is gone. But I still kind of want to kill every person I see. No offense.
You sure about this? I want to do whatever I can to get your head on straight.
Don't get all therapist on me, Shepard. You're not the couch type. I hate that stuff anyway. Bullshit, prison, psych. You did me a favor, and that's enough. More than I expected. I'll keep it together.
Right, so that's Jack happy anyway.
Yeah, just been having a look at the stuff for the Paragon and Renegade for the ranks of the passive.
Chambers said you're tearing up the place. Something wrong?
Something is wrong, Shepard. I feel wrong. Tense. I just want to kill something. With my hands. More so than usual. Like it's not my choice. Like I just want to... I don't know. See?
No, Grunt, not the window.
Okier didn't imprint anything to help you figure this out?
I see pictures of old battles. Voices of warlords. But this is a blood haze in my head. I want control. When we're moving, fighting, I focus. But here my blood screams, my plates itch. And even you are just noise. I'm tank-born. What is this?
Don't know if I can help, Grunt. Sounds like we need one of your kind to look into this.
Most off-world Krogan are warriors. Doctors don't leave the homeworld to Junka. I won't ask you to go there. I will control this.
Joker can get us to the Krogan homeworld. I need everyone at their best.
Thank you, Shepard. I don't like this. Fury is my choice, not a sickness.
Tuchanka is a planet of many gifts. It kills the weak, torments the slow, and punishes the stupid.
Yeah, a game of so many quotable lines.
We stand with Grunt. Name our target, and it will die. Good! Fire in this one.
No messages for you, Commander.
And then you of all people proceed to try and headbutt a Krogan. Aha! I like this human. He knows our ways.
You dare!
I reckon... Yeah, we'll get Kasumi's Lightning mission done. Because it's a lot of fun. It's very Bond-esque. Oof, that doesn't look like it's got anything at all, hardly.
Launching probe. Launching probe.
Strangely enough, this planet scanning minigame, I think, is the only time I've ever used DPI adjust on my mouse.
There was actually a mod I was wanting to use, and to be honest, it's probably considered a massive cheat. But considering how painfully slow it can be to do all of this, I think people probably wouldn't mind. But there is a mod out there which allows you to send one probe on a planet, and whatever minerals are on the planet, it basically does a full... So you know how you do this and it only just kind of hits that area I'm highlighting now? There's a mod out there on Nexus where sending a probe out on a planet basically increases that circle to the entire planet. So any resources on the planet is all collected in one probe. It kind of breaks it because it means that you don't have to spend money on getting more and more probes to do searches and like continuous drops. But considering how people just don't like the planet scanning in general, I think people put up with it. But the main reason I unfortunately don't have it installed is it actually breaks something in the texture mod. As in, you end up with no face. Shepard ends up with no face. I don't know what it is. I don't know why there's any form of conflict between the scanning of planets and Shepard's face texture, but apparently there is.
It's kind of a shame there's not a camera on my face right now, because I'm sure my face was an absolute picture when you said that.
I mean, I subsequently deleted the videos of the stream that I did, but I started the stream for Mass Effect 2 on the 10th anniversary with all this installed, and I'm like, hang on a minute, that don't look right. And I thought initially, hang on a minute, it's only doing this at the character creation screen. I might be able to get away with this and just go into the game proper. And it's like, oh, no, it's, yeah, it's that's going to be a problem. I'm going to have to end it here and figure out what's gone wrong.
Yeah, Miranda, you might want to rethink your techniques a little bit. You might have to recreate Shepard with no head.
Yeah. Oh, no, there was a head, and you could see his eyes, but it was one of those where there was, like, literally no texture on the face.
Rope away.
No, it's not one of them Ubisoft things where the head is replaced with nothing other than the fact that the eyes and teeth are still there. It wasn't one of them gimmicks. It was the head was there, just no texture for the face at all. Oh, that's why is it even giving me the option to start the scanner if it's already depleted? Bullshit.
Like I say, my approach to the planet scanning was just start scanning planet, hit button, ramp up mouse sensitivity like crazy, engage ludicrous speed.
Oh, I get the max out Shadow Strike.
Stabby, stabby.
Yeah, I was like Rapid Shadow Strike as well, because it does enough damage that it usually does end up killing some enemies, so it just means that it's almost instantly recharged. See, I was never really a fan for Flashbang Grenade actually on Kasumi.
Likewise.
Yeah, so I'm not too fussed on getting that unlocked actually, because Overload's obviously more helpful for just shield stripping.
Yeah, Overload for shield stripping, Master Infiltrator is obviously just generally good passive, and Shadow Strike is great for putting the hurt on things that aren't expecting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flashbang always felt a bit gimmicky and doesn't have a ammo count as well. I can't remember.
You clean up well, Mr. Solomon Gunn. Hawk won't know what hit him.
I take it I'm wearing this getup for a reason.
You'd look really out of place at a society party in armor, don't you think? You look great. You should wear this stuff more often.
I assume Solomon Gunn is my cover?
You run a small but talented band of mercs out in the Terminus systems. Precisely the type of person Hawk respects. I took the liberty of giving you a reputation. Papers, witnesses, article in Badass Weekly. Just don't start talking business with him, and you'll be fine.
Remind me, what kind of man are we dealing with?
Hawk's a weapons dealer and smuggler. He killed my partner and stole his gray box. Other than that, he's not so bad. Rich, charismatic, willing to crack open a man's skull to get at the neural implants inside.
Now's probably a good time to fill me in on the details.
You have been waiting patiently. Our friend Hawk is throwing a party for his closest friends. A couple dozen of the worst liars, cheaters, and mass murderers you'll ever want to meet. All bringing gifts as a tribute to the man himself. Our tribute is a lovely statue of your old friend Saren, rendered with loving detail and filled to the brim with our weapons and armor. You can keep your pistol as long as it's concealed. They won't hassle you over a sidearm. Once inside, we'll make our way to Hawk's vault door, somewhere in the back of the ballroom. Then, we case the security and start peeling away the layers. The statue should be there, waiting for you to crack it open and arm up. Then we just waltz into the vault and take back KG's gray box. And I'll finally get a chance to say goodbye.
You've worked really hard on this. KG must have meant a lot to you.
Was I that obvious? KG's gray box holds a lot of priceless personal memories. It's all that remains of who he was. But the secret he discovered is dangerous. I wouldn't bring you here if it wasn't.
This ought to be interesting.
That's what I'm going for.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Conrad Kurtz.
This is our stop. After you, Mr. Gunn.
Just one moment, sir. There seems to be an issue with the statue.
Is there a problem here?
No, Mr. Hawk. Just doing a scan.
I don't believe we've met. Donovan Hawk.
I've heard a lot about you. Name's Solomon Gunn.
And I've heard a lot about you. You've been very busy lately, if the extra net is to be believed.
Sir, the scanners aren't picking anything up.
I don't think our guests would come all the way here from Ilium just to cause trouble. Do you? You may pass through, Mr. Gunn, with my apologies. But I will ask your companion to remain outside. You understand, I hope.
No problem. You're the host.
Enjoy the party.
Well, that didn't go as I expected.
Any idea why he'd send you away?
No, we've never seen each other in person, and no one knows what I look like. Just watching his ass, I'm sure. I can't blame him.
What do we do now?
We go on with the plan. You'll just have to do all the talking. I'll stay out of sight and stick with you the best I can. We'll keep radio contact in case something goes wrong. We need to find the door and case the security. We'll figure out the next step.
I wish my infiltrator could cloak like that. Like, completely invisible.
How did you ever contain that situation?
Oh, that? A quick application of force.
Yeah, Kasumi is something else.
Okay, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, we'll go down to the safe first.
Or gone or something. Good riddance, I say.
Very
There's
nice.
something remarkably
There's
cool
more here
about
than I
this
expected.
job.
Oh, this mission's great.
Has a very
Password
stylized
protected
feel
voice
to
lock,
it.
Kinetic barrier, DNA scanner. Looks like an EX700 series. Everything a vault needs to be impenetrable.
This gonna be a problem?
Please, remember who you're talking to. We'll need to get a voice sample for the voice lock. You'll have to go chat up Hawk for that. We'll have to find a password too. DNA, child's play. We should find plenty of DNA samples in Hawk's private quarters. And the barrier? Cut the power. Never fails. If we can find it. KG could get through a system like this in his sleep. And I'm better. Let's get to it.
Oh, I'm trying to remember now. I think you click on something just to get power, isn't it?
Careful. The barrier's still up. We'll have to shut it down to get to the door.
There it is.
It looks like the barrier's power cable runs under the floor here. I'll set your Omni tool to scan for electromagnetic fields.
Of course, I remember off the top of my head where it actually is, but it's just a case of you need to get it activated just so that it's selectable.
One sec.
Everybody watching, just close your eyes for 30 seconds or so and imagine you're looking for a glowy thing for that time.
Yeah. That dude, the reason he didn't see it is because he's being flanked by 2 Asari.
Pretty effective distraction, I'd say.
Chief Rowe, huh? She sounds like a hard ass. If we could tap into the guard's communications, I could probably use this information. There he is. All you need to do is keep him talking long enough for me to get a voice print. Pull out the charm on this one, Shep. Whenever you're ready. After you.
Mr. Gunn, hope you're having a good time. That scene at the door hasn't soured your evening, I hope.
I understand the security, but who would dare try to break into Donovan Hawk's home?
Gunn, in our line of work, we attract a certain element. Few understand the pains we take to keep the barbarians at bay. People these days want comfort, entertainment, love. They don't see that the galaxy is fragile. They only have to worry about simple luxuries. Why? Because people like me and you are doing the terrible things that keep the galaxy spinning. This party is for us, the cleaners, the support structure for the galaxy's gleeful delusions of peace. May there always be a market for the things we do.
I said get him talking, and you got him talking.
Yeah, consider his ego stroked.
Enjoy the party.
That's the only thing that's getting stroked before anyone says anything dodgy.
Some say Commander Shepard is still alive. Really?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Please. It's wishful thinking at best.
That door goes to a security room. I'll take care of the lock. There we go. Ready when you are.
Ooh. Just in the nick of time.
Here they come.
Can't be back.
That's how it's done.
Nice takedown.
Slow down time just to take them out before they had a chance to do anything. And Kasumi finishes them off with a shadow strike in the back. Good shit.
Got something?
The password is Perugia.
Huh. That's the name of the man who stole the Mona Lisa.
I was chuckle at that
I tapped into their
anime Krogan.
Maybe it'll come in handy. Now, I just take the voice sample we got from
I mean, that is a scene from... there was a Mass Effect cartoon film that was released a few years ago. I forget which one it is. But that's where it comes from.
I can kind of imagine that working fairly well, actually.
Mr. Hawk's private rooms are off limits to guests without security clearance.
I have clearance to go in.
On whose authority?
I have authorization from Chief Rowe.
Okay, 1 second. Chief Rowe, Samuels. Have you given access authorization to Mr. Hawk's private rooms?
They have access, Samuels. They'll stop bothering me.
Got it. Sorry to bother you, ma'am. Okay, you're clear to go in.
Enjoy the party.
Yeah, remember Eddie Guerrero? Ally!
And on this occasion, you apparently cheat and steal as well.
Hell yeah.
Just make it quick and quiet. Found a sample?
No.
Damn it, I'm kind of
Credit check.
disappointed now that there's no lowrider in the vault.
It's clean.
It's a plant.
No hair, no skin flakes.
The housekeepers must be thorough. We can probably get Hawk's DNA off the datapad. He seems to have obsessed over this. But I'm not sure there's enough. Let's keep looking.
Holographic interface. Won't find a sample here.
No DNA, but... Looks like Hawk's been trying to crack Cagey's gray box. Looks like he's missing something. He hasn't cracked the encryption yet. Empty. Too bad. A cigarette butt would have been a good source. Not a great saliva sample, but it's still useful. We're going to need more than this for the scanner, though.
That's a big pile of cash in this safe. I suppose it makes sense given who it is that we're
The cleaners don't dare touch treasure.
This is true.
yeah,
We
who
can
we're
get
stealing
some
from.
cells from the dust. That should do it. Let's get out of here.
Okay, so I think we've got everything. We've got his voice, we've got his password, DNA samples, and we've already hit the power, so that should be everything. I know normally when I do this, I try and roleplay by actually only walking instead of running around, but considering the amount of time I've lost tonight, screw you, OBS.
That got it. The barrier's down.
DNA identification affirmed. Welcome, Mr. Hawk.
Yeah, I'm sure if anyone wants the immersive version, they can set the stream to half speed or something.
I'll check for security cams. Go ahead and get dressed.
Yeah, Shepard will just have a very, very deep voice for once.
Goodies.
He brought toys.
Yeah, this is my best suit.
And guns. Lots of guns.
Yeah, so that's right as well. We'll be picking up the best submachine gun of the game. Castle Locust.
So this is Hawk's vault. Very nice. This scanner will hone in on the gray box. It's not far. Creepy. I could still get money for something like this, even outside the Alliance. Asari go nuts for this sort of thing. Michelangelo's David. Just... wow. Think we could get this out through the door?
Well, considering that it's in bits, probably. I mean, he's lost a hell of a lot more than what is normally lost from the bloody thing.
I guess everything's valuable to someone.
Besides, it's Shepard. With the amount of firepower he's got, I'm sure he can make a door.
I'll give him that. Doesn't look like much, but that might be one of the most valuable pieces here. Turian art is rare outside of Palaven. For good reason, I say. I feel like its eyes are following me. Yikes. A model of the Kara. It's like a Turian Titanic, the way I hear it. This is nice. Oddly relaxing. Wow. Imagine that thing coming at you in a dark alley.
Or a forest. Hint, hint. Yes, references to Dragon Age.
That's impressive. Not sure what it is, though. This looks like Quarian script. Wow. This has got to be old. When was the last time the Quarians wrote on stone? How did Hawk get Lady Liberty's head? Damn you, Hawk!
You blew it up!
That's a Casa Locust. No, the Casa Locust. The gun that killed 2 presidents. Gorgeous. It even comes with a perfect copy, too. I'm sure Hawk won't mind if we borrow these.
I'll take it.
Yes, so there's the Casa Locust available for everyone that uses submachine guns. The best submachine gun in Mass Effect 2 by a considerable margin.
Oh, it's spectacularly good. Let's say it is.
Oh my God.
Particularly if you combine it with incendiary rounds, it's devastating against anything that isn't armor. In no small part due to its insane accuracy and fire rate.
I had a feeling that was you at the door. I knew if it was really you, you'd get through anyway.
You know me.
I always knew he had a big head.
I need what's in your grey box, Kasumi. You know I'm willing to kill you for it. I'll admit your skills are impressive. You got into my vault like I'd left it open, but you're still going to die, screaming, just like your old friend.
Let's see you try. This is where your special skills come into play, Shepard. Let's do this.
Oh well, I have a particular set of skills, don't you worry.
Move straight ahead. Over there! Taking cover!
Burn, big! Light him up! That had to hurt.
Give me that thermal clip.
Light him up! Going silent. Sending it!
That shadow strike took out all of her armor.
Checking There's a landing pad to the east. Let's get out of here.
Joker, bring the shuttle in, now!
Thought I saw the flashing of a thermal clip. Okay, I'm still good. She's using the castle locus yet, that's all fine. And that's how you deal with a mech as a soldier. Oh, you see we got put down. Finish him.
Going dark. Did I do that?
Bob. That is particularly stupid as well on an N7 Shadow on multiplayer.
Damn it! We have to find another way.
I mean, that one, he doesn't bop him on the head, he stabs him in the back with his sword as well. But yeah, the N70 Shadow is stupidly OP in Mass Effect 3's multiplayer. I literally, like, you could pretty much like teleport from one end of the map to the other with that thing, because the idea is that you fire off, you basically highlight an enemy in your target reticle, you fire off the power, it teleports you over to the enemy, appear, and then you do an automatic slash. And obviously,
so
if you build, if you build
like a biotic charge almost, except hello, stab.
I don't think it's as quick as the biotic charge, but you do teleport and zoom over like fairly quickly. And if you build it right, it's devastating damage as well. So it's a case of they're dead. Heavy weapons to deal with the tanks, eh? Like that.
What the hell are you people doing down there?
See previous comment about, ooh look, Shepard made a door.
I've got one question and one question on explosions.
Kill Solomon Gunner. Bring the girl. Hear that?
Yep, that did it.
That fought me, Kasumi. You know what happened to your boy when he fought
Like that.
Mind over matter. Engaging hostiles.
That's usually how I just use the adrenaline rush as well. Like anything that's got armoring or barrier. It's a case of, alright, okay, I'll just fire this off then and just strip everything.
This is valuable.
Hey, tech damage.
Keep them busy. I'll take care of this myself.
Here they come.
Weakening their integrity.
I see them.
I believe Kasumi says hello.
You see that?
Cloaking. Combat drone.
You're dead.
You dead, eh? That, I'm assuming that was projection. Because it kind of went the other way. Don't have anything else. I thought I saw a storage crate icon for something.
Get out. Could have done this the easy way, Gold.
Allow me to show you the hard way.
Here they come. Look left.
Damn shame that, you know, they've done that. I mean, it's not like I have to deal with the one, like in one of the early missions where you got to recruit Garrus.
Up ahead! On our right.
Lay down your weapons.
Going silent. Now you see me.
Did you tell your friend, Kazumi? You're doing this for love?
Going silent. Down you go.
Alert. Engaged.
Going silent.
Even if you escape, I'll scour the galaxy for you.
Gunship back into full
Shield. If I can get to the ship, I can take down the
shield. Shepard, I need a clear path to the gunship. Take out these guards. Now you see me.
That was a bit overkill there, Kasumi. He was already dead.
Just making sure.
Careful, men. Want the gatekeeper pretty face decked.
I'm just half imagining Hawk giving an order to send in mechs because he's run out of mercs.
Shields down. Let's tear that thing apart.
Ah, that's what Mr. Collector Beam Rifle's for.
Look behind you. Have you been thinking? Going silent.
You know, when he's making the threat about having a squadron of gunships, my instinctive question to ask is, Edie, how many of them do you think you can fly at once?
Now you see me. Check your screens.
Might wish he had a few less hawk when that happens.
Right.
You've died in the world. Now you die in pieces.
That's why we use Mr. Beam Rifle. Although there's nothing wrong with the nuke launcher, that's just a load of fun, but you do only tend to use that on odd occasions. Because it's so expensive to use ammo-wise.
Mm. Yes, the cane is a little ridiculous.
Kasumi, if you're seeing this, it's because I'm dead. The information we found is all here. It's big, Kasumi. If the Council ever got wind of this, the Alliance could be implicated. Kasumi, I encrypted the information to keep it safe. And I uploaded the encryption key to your gray box, so no one could get the whole package. But if I'm dead, and if anyone knows about this, then I've made you a target, my love. I'm so sorry.
Keiji.
I know you, Kasumi. You'll want to keep these memories forever. But you don't need some neural implant to know I'll always be with you. Please. Kasumi. Destroy these files. There's nothing more I can do to protect you.
I can't do that. This is all that's left.
Goodbye, Kasumi. I love you.
Is there any way we can just destroy the information?
No. Keiji's a master at encrypting files. He laced the information into his memories. You can't get one without experiencing the other.
If it's that important to you, keep it. Just make sure you're ready to live with the consequences.
Yeah, I am. I'll stay off the grid. No one will know I exist. I think I want this. Thanks, Shepard.
I'm trying to remember though. I don't think I don't think it actually comes out what the data is it, in Mass Effect 3? There's no consequence to actually keeping it. It doesn't come out, does it?
I'm fairly sure something is kind of tied to it somehow, but I don't think it has kind of a significant difference one way or another.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Kasumi is now loyal, and I've leveled up to 18, so I've got 2 more points there. We've got the Castle Locust, which is the best SMG. Tech damage. I like that. Total credits earned 58,201. That one we got from the credit sheet that was between the sofa.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Commander.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last. Grunt is not a stabilizing element, Commander. I'm not saying anything about Jack. I'm not stupid. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
That's it for now.
That's how good of a master thief Kasumi is. We've been out on a mission, and Joker doesn't know about it. That's why he hasn't made a comment. Even though he actually had to pick us up.
How may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Garrus received some news that put fire in his eyes. Maybe you should speak with him down in the main battery. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
It's always nice chatting with you.
In the future, you don't get emails from Nigerian princes. You get these from, I'm assuming that's a Hana name. Or is it? I'm not really sure.
Oh, this one says, no, it says it's a Batarian.
Batarian,
although if I remember rightly, I'm fairly sure we did get like some sort of religious email from a Hana about being kindled at some point that was supposed to forward to so many of our contacts. I can't remember when, but I'm sure I remember that showing up at some point.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got the evening suit unlocked as well from Kasumi. But I'll probably just stick with the Cerberus dress suit for the time being. We'll go talk to Garrus because he obviously has issues.
Aye. I suspect this is the point where I'll probably call it a night.
Fair enough.
Get some shut-eye, but
yep.
I haven't had a meal that good in a long time.
Enjoy the rest of the session anyway.
Yep,
and,
we'll do.
I will no doubt catch you before too long.
Yeah, I'll be in touch anyway, like you said, with that idea, see if we can progress that along and see if there's like maybe anyone else that would join us for that one. How would you be up for as well, if I can get it figured out, for a multiplayer run of classic Doom, but you're running the Project Brutality mod?
That could be an interesting one.
Yeah, I'm thinking of I might want to do that before Doom Eternal comes out. Whenever that comes out later in the year.
Well, that could be entertaining on a couple of fronts, because not only have we got the original Doom to play through, but I don't know whether you've heard kind of around April sort of time, there's supposed to be a new episode 5 out from John Romero.
Oh, right.
He's working on a like a 9-level Doom WOD called Sigil.
Right.
So that could be an interesting little follow-on if we decided to go that route.
Nice. Excellent. Oh, well, we'll have to check that out if that's the thing then anyway. Right. I'll let you get away then.
Alright. Good night, Mr. Welsh.
Yep.
And
thanks for joining.
good night to anyone who might be watching.
Yep.
Enjoy.
Shepard, I'm glad you came by. I've got something. I may need your help. You remember Sidonis, the one who betrayed my team? I found a lead on him. There's a specialist on the Citadel named Fade. He's an expert at helping people disappear. Sidonis was seen with him.
What happened? How did Sidonis betray your team?
He tipped off the mercs, told them where our base was. He drew me out with a false job, then let the mercs hit my team. My men weren't prepared. They tried to hold them off. By the time I got back, there were only 2 survivors.
They didn't last long. All 10 of them dead. Because of him.
What are you planning to do when you find him?
You humans have a saying. An eye for an eye, a life for a life. He owes me 10 lives, and I plan to collect.
You sure that's how you want to play it?
I'm sure. I don't need you to agree with me, but I'd like your help.
Where do we find Fade?
I've arranged a meeting. We'll meet him in a warehouse near the Neon Markets down on Zakera Ward. Thanks, Shepard. I appreciate you taking the time to help me.
Okay, so we're getting more and more loyalty missions picked up. That requires going back to the Citadel, but we haven't even picked up Thane yet to get his loyalty mission as well. So, right, let's get armor piercing ammo maxed out. Okay, so yeah, disruptor ammo is what we'll be looking at maxing out next. I'm trying to think what we do next, actually. Don't particularly want to do Tachonka yet, because I've realised there's a nice little Easter egg once you've been to Ilium for that. I don't want to go to Ilium yet because I need to repair the save file for Conrad. Could recruit Tally. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll get Tally's recruitment done. I also just need to check something else out. Again, it's not. It's not picking up the new follower.
No
Streamlabs.
messages for you, Commander.
Launching probe. Probe away.
Doesn't look like there's any more platinum on that one. Plenty of other stuff, but like I say, we don't need it. Got more than enough.
Launching probe. Shepard, our data indicates the tally is somewhere in these ruins. There is considerable Geth activity and an environmental hazard. Solar output has overwhelmed Hastrom's protective magnetosphere. Exposure to direct sunlight will damage your shields.
Yes, so other than the enemies, the terrain is also a problem on this one.
Shields are overheating, Shepard.
We need to stay out of the sunlight.
Just clean the thermal clips.
We can use this.
Firing concussive shot!
This is Commander Shepard of the Normandy. Can we provide assistance?
Patch your radio into channel 617 Theta. We run a stealth mission, high risk. We found what we were after. The Geth found us. They got us pinned down. Can't get to our ship. Can't transmit data through the solar radiation.
What's the status of your team? How many of you are left?
We were a small squad, dozen Marines plus the science team. We're down to half strength now. Made the synthetic bastards pay for it, though.
What brought you this deep into Geth-controlled space?
You're asking the wrong person, Shepard. I just point and shoot. Something about the sun. It's going bad faster than it should. Some kind of energy probe.
Any idea where the Geth came from?
One of their patrol ships found us. Dropships started raining Geth down on our heads before we could get off world. Systems under
Do we have to worry about the Geth sending in reinforcements?
I don't think so. Their patrol ship hasn't lifted off again. The radiation blocks all off-world communication.
How are you holding up? We can be there in a few minutes.
Take it slow and careful. Direct sunlight fries your shields all to hell. We're bunkered down at base camp across the valley. I left Talizor at a secure shelter that doubled back to hold the choke point. Getting Tali out safely is our top priority. If you can extract her, we'll keep him off you.
You've got confirmation that the Geth haven't reached Tali yet?
Affirmative. Left my best men with her. When you get here, you can talk to her on the comm. Every Marine on this rock is sworn to protect Talizora. As long as one of us is still drawing air, she'll be safe.
Hold position. We'll hit their back ranks.
Wait, watch your ass. We got a dropship coming in. Crap, doorway's blocked. Grab the demo charges in the buildings nearby. Use them to clear a path.
Shepard, I have scanned the area and located the demolition charges the quarry commander mentioned.
Put it on my radar.
Done. You will need both sets of charges to clear the rubble.
Eyes up there!
Sample to get a timeline on the rate of radiation increase, but our equipment keeps dying on us. Shepard once used a mining laser to clear some rubble back on Therum. Maybe I can do something similar with demolition charges.
Burnt that prime down something rotten.
This'll put him down.
This should do it. I recommend we move quick.
That did it.
These buildings are Quarian. This colony predates the Geth uprising.
Why the hell would the Quarians come this far into Geth territory?
I don't know how much we actually got disconnected there, but OBS seemed to have a real problem.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Tally, it's Shepard. I'm sorry. Everyone here is dead. Any survivors must have fallen back.
We knew this mission was high risk. Damn it. And what are you doing here, Shepard? We're in the middle of Geth space.
I was in the neighborhood. I thought you might need a hand.
Thanks for coming, Shepard. It means a lot to hear your voice. Carl Rieger and what's left of the Marines got me into the observatory. From where you are, it's through the door and across the field. I got the data I needed and I'm safe for now, but I've got a lot of Geth outside.
Is anyone else still with you, or are you alone out there?
Rieger had a team of Marines covering me when I ran for the observatory. At least some of them are still alive. I can hear them firing at the Geth outside.
What's this research you're after?
It's about this world's sun. It's aging faster than it should. I can tell you more about it once we've got fewer Geth shooting at us.
Would it help if I brought in the Normandy?
Doubtful. These buildings are centuries old. If you bring down heavy fire, this whole place could collapse on us.
It looks like somebody sealed the door against the Geth and the console is damaged. Can you get it open on your end?
Let me see. Yes, I can do it. Here. Should be unlocked now. Be careful, Shepard, and please do what you can to keep Rieger alive.
We're compromised. Looks like the drone. Let's have an optical.
OBS disconnected again. My internet's running fine because I can open up other websites and whatnot, so I'm not really sure what's going on, but OBS seems to be having a real problem, so I'm going to try and get this mission finished off, and then I think I'm going to have to just call it there. I'm not having a good night with OBS, it seems.
Son of a bitch! Move! Get down!
This could be a problem. Watch your back.
Over here! Get to cover!
Squad Leader Cal Rieger, Migrant Fleet Marines. We talked on the radio before that dropship arrived.
I still got no idea why you're here. This ain't the time to be picky.
Allie's inside over there. Geth killed the rest of my squad, and they're trying to get to her. Best I've been able to do is draw their attention.
Are you sure she's still alive?
The observatory is reinforced. Even the Geth will need time to get through it. And it's hard to hack a door when someone's firing rockets at you. The Geth are near platoon strength, but the Colossus is the worst part. It's got a repair protocol. Huddles up and fixes itself. I can't get a clear shot while it's down like that. I tried to move in closer. One of the bastards punched a shot clean through my suit.
What can you tell me about the battlefield?
Right side's got a catwalk with a sniper perch. You can wreak some havoc from there, but none of my men made it past the Geth. Middle's got cover, but the damn Colossus has a clear shot at you the whole time, and you've got Geth coming in from both sides. The left gives you some cover from the Colossus, but your ass is hanging out for the Geth. That's how I got shot.
How bad is your suit damage?
Combat seals clamped down to isolate contamination, and I'm swimming in antibiotics. The Geth might get me, but I'm not gonna die from an infection in the middle of a battle. That's just insulting.
Any ideas on how to deal with the Colossus?
Standard protocol with Arbiter-class units is to sabotage the shields and whittle it down, you know? Kill it with bug bites. But the repair protocol blows that plan to hell. You try to wear it down, it just huddles up and fixes itself. So whatever we do has to scrap that bastard fast. Probably means getting up close, past that cover.
We need to get to Tally. Got any ideas?
Just one! I'm not moving so well, but I can still pull a trigger, and I got a rocket launcher that the sun hasn't fried yet. You move in close. I'll keep the Colossus busy, maybe even drop its shields. With luck, you'll be able to finish it off.
You've done enough, Rieger. You don't need to throw your life away.
Wasn't asking your permission. My job is to keep Tally safe.
We don't have enough people on our side for you to take one for the team. Stand down!
I'm not gonna stand there while you run into enemy fire. They killed my whole squad.
And if you want to honor your squad, watch my back. I need you here in case they bring reinforcements.
All right, Shepard. We'll do it your way. Hit him for me. Kilos alive.
Trouble ahead. Here we go. There we go.
Job's good.
Locked the door. There, that should do it. Just let me finish this download. Thank you, Shepard. If not for you, I would never have made it out of this room. This whole mission has been a disaster. I wish I'd joined you back on Freedom's Progress, but I couldn't let anyone take my place on something this risky.
A lot of Quarians lost their lives here. Was it worth it?
I don't know, Shepard. It wasn't my call. The Admiralty Board believed the information here was worth sacrificing all our lives for. I have to believe that they know what's best.
I didn't ask what some admiral thought. I asked what you thought.
A lot of people died here. Some of them were my friends. All of them were good at their jobs. That damn data better be worth it. The price was too high.
What can you tell me about your research here?
Haystrom's sun is destabilizing. Back when this was a Quarian colony, it was a normal star. It shouldn't change that quickly.
Any idea what's destabilizing the sun?
If I had to guess, I'd say that it was dark energy affecting the interior of the star. The effect is similar to when stars blow off mass to enter a red giant phase. But Haystrom's sun is far too young for this to be natural.
Whatever the reason, I'm glad I could help. Once you deliver that data, I could use you on the Normandy.
I promised to see this mission through. I did. I can leave with you and send the data to the fleet. And if the admirals have a problem with it, they can go to hell. I just watched the rest of my team die.
Maybe not the whole rest of your team, ma'am.
Rieger, you made it.
Your old captain's as good as you said. Damn Colossus never stood a chance.
If need be, the Normandy can get you out of here, Rieger.
The Geth didn't damage our ship. As long as we get out of here before reinforcements show up, we'll be fine.
Actually, I won't be going with you. I'm joining Commander Shepard.
I'll pass the data to the Admiralty Board and let them know what happened. She's all yours now, Shepard. Keep her safe.
That's another level up. I'm going to be swimming in credits.
Cerberus saw footage of you in action, Talizora. We're looking forward to having you on the team. Your engineering expertise will really benefit the mission.
I don't know who you are, but Cerberus threatened the security of the migrant fleet. Don't make nice.
That's why you're here, Tali. I need people who aren't Cerberus. People I can trust.
I wasn't part of what happened to the migrant fleet, but I understand your distrust. I hope we'll get past that as we work together.
I assumed that you were undercover, Shepard. Maybe even planning to blow Cerberus up. If that's the case, I'll loan you a grenade. Otherwise, I'm here for you, not for them.
If it helps, check out the Normandy while you're here. We've gotten a few upgrades.
I'll get Talizora the necessary security clearance to access our systems.
Please do. I can't be part of your team if I don't know how the ship works. Remember, Shepard, these people thought enslaving Thorian creepers and Rachni was a good idea. I'll be in engineering.
Don't forget to introduce yourself to EDI, the ship's new artificial intelligence.
Talizora Death Stare.
help you with something?
How are we doing, Jacob? What's your sense of the mission?
Doing good, but good is just as dead as bad, if I understand the threat. How long can we last with collectors going wherever they want? Anything else, Commander?
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Sounds good. I could use some downtime. There's always something, right? The way some people talk, we may as well be dead already. Hard for the crew to relax on this kind of job.
No kidding. The next Normandy gets a lounge.
They better not need to do this again. Rebuilding everything was a pain in the ass.
I can verify that.
Yeah, I bet you can. I doubt they'll front the money to stitch me back together if we screw it up. It's a hell of a job, isn't it, Shepard? Being the good guys.
Wouldn't be the high road if it was easy.
You've got to figure, if all the people hoping we win stood up, the collectors would have a much bigger fight on their hands. Claws, whatever. I bet we have a lot more friends once we win. Hope we live to see it.
I hear that.
Anyway, I need to get back to work. Good talking to you.
It's great to see Tali on board, Commander, just like old times. It is her, right? I mean, because with the mask, it's... never mind.
I assume everything is going well up here?
Good for now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but I think I made my point.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
I had a wonderful chat with your friend Tali. She's not what I expected from her psych report. I like her.
Tally's a good friend. We've been through a lot together.
My female intuition says she wants to be more than just good friends.
What makes you say that?
It's in her body language. How she turns to you when you enter the room. How she watches your every move. Quarians are so fascinating to me. But they also make me a little sad.
Why do they make you sad?
Their environment suits are so beautiful, but with their immune systems, they're trapped inside. I wonder what they look like under those helmets, or what their skin feels like under those suits.
Are you attracted to other species?
Well, part of my job is predicting the motives and feelings of humans and aliens. Intimacy brings understanding. And passion is nice wherever you find it. Character matters, not race or gender. Anything else, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
I'll be here if you need anything. The elusive man wishes to speak to you in the debriefing room, Commander.
Doing some serious damage with the pistol now. More damage penetration on assault rifles, because that's exactly what I need when I'm already using. Tech cooldowns, nice.
The elusive man wishes to speak to you in the debriefing room, Commander.
Hit level 19. So 21 should give me enough squad points to max out disruptor ammo. That gives us 9 levels worth of points still. Right, so we're saved, and the elusive man wants to speak to me. That must mean we'll be going to collect a ship. In which case, that means I'll be picking up the Revenant as an assault rifle. Yes, so handful of missions, not a great lot, but I mean, I unfortunately didn't get on at the time that I wanted this evening, so we've only had about 2.5 hours worth, but there we go, and a few disconnects as well, it seems, with OBS. I'm not really sure how that actually affected the stream. So yeah, I apologise. Obviously, it hasn't been the planned run as I expected anyway. But yeah, there's been some issues with OBS tonight, as far as just trying to sort out the audio problems I've been having with Mass Effect 2 recently, and these disconnects. So yeah. Hopefully during the course of the week it'll work out a bit more smoothly, so we'll end it here. So tomorrow night, again, I'll be aiming for 7 o'clock, 7:30 start, but I'll be open to do another game if various people are around to do that. So if Strike's around, then we might do some StarCraft 2 co-op. Anyone else around that might drag me into something else, we'll just see how it plays out. If not, then I'll come back to Mass Effect 2 and we'll carry on from here. The next guaranteed time that I'll be playing Mass Effect 2 though will be on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, and it'll be the same again on Friday at 6:30, with Thursday again being open for randomness depending on who's online. So thanks to all that's been watching in. Thanks to Mouse here too, who's been joining us in chat as well at the start and putting up with my rambling when we were dealing with all this tech issue this evening. If you wish to leave a tip, there's a donate button underneath that takes you to Streamlabs. Streamlabs deals with all tips there. If you wish to become a patron of the channel, there's another donate button that will take you to LibrePay. LibrePay is a very similar system to Patreon and Subscribestar, where you can set up regular payment subscription method, either weekly or monthly, for example. But unlike other systems, there's no tiered reward system in play with LibrePay. It's just a non-subscription based service in order to support the channel. However, anything that you do will be greatly appreciated, and your name will appear on a credits screen at the end of every video. Other than that, if you wish to follow the channel while I'm offline, just to get notifications when I'm next online. But I should be on between 7 o'clock and 7:30 tomorrow night, and it'll either be some random game with mates or more Mass Effect 2, depending on whether around. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow.